Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Clone Evolution. Nah, today I'm not too sure what's on the go. I forget from yesterday. Yesterday I was a little bit out of it. No, I haven't gotten into the weed yet. Still a few more days to go for Sober October. Trying not to look at the calendar and do the countdown because it just makes it... It's like waiting for Christmas. It makes it seem like it's coming longer and longer. So yeah, just not going to bother looking. I know a lot of people are probably going, oh yeah, it's not that much longer, but I even got one extra day because I forgot that Sober October had begun. So I think, what is it, Monday on November 2nd or something? Not that I'm counting it down. No, it was pretty sweet. Like, last night I was on the internet trying to find out a way I can trim weed faster. Because, man, it is mental. Like, when harvest season comes, I'm literally spending like 80-hour weeks trying to finish trimming these plants. And I don't know, it takes fucking forever. And like, I don't know if you spent 80 hours in a week trimming plants, it's a nightmare. It's like I'd almost pay anything to buy a machine to get it to auto trim it. So I'm like, hey, I haven't checked into machines that auto trim before. Let's see if I can find any. Man, some of them online, they wanted like over $2,000 with like 1,000 shipping, these giant air compressor tools and everything. It's like, dear God, that's expensive. I almost bought it, and then I found out there was a hand turn version. You just gotta turn a little handle at the top by hand. And it works, they said, about 98% as good as the air compressor version. So I'm like, fuck, 2% difference. And yeah, the cost is way cheaper. Managed to get one from 200 from China. It's going to take a long time, so I probably won't be able to use it till next harvest season unless it has miraculous shipping time. Sometimes every once in a while I get a package from China, it shows up in like 4 days. So I'm hoping that's the case. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was trying to think of a way that I could pay Maple back for always helping me with those events. Oh, she's only at level 167, eh? I'm not that much further behind her. So yeah, I'll send her some big flowers, now that I got some extra jewels. So big shout out to Maple. I know she said she watches the show. I really appreciate it. I don't know how you guys keep watching the show because I'm so offensive, but I appreciate you sticking with me. I know, sometimes I see the comments I make, I'm like, God, I'm an asshole. Thank God I at least forget most of what I say on YouTube. If I had the full archive of what I said, I'd be like, oh my God. That's what happens when you just speak your mind, right? It's like I could try to sugarcoat everything, but it's just not my style. Holy shit, they gave me 12 brown scrolls? Fucking sweet. Where did I get that from? Oh, the season-ending rewards. Sweet. Alright, that's what I like to hear. The only thing better that could top today would be gaining Hitler. Isn't that what everyone wants? Hitler? Just kidding. Man, I gotta hurry up and get this scroll before I get my channel taken down with the Hitler jokes. It's the fucking blue robots every time. So can you just give me... They'll give me the gold this time, I bet. Come on, gold. Or fucking those things. At least it wasn't gold. Right, so we're getting up to 572. That's pretty good. When I'm looking at those casino tokens, I'm like, man, I don't got far to go. Now, I was thinking for the gene bank, what is it, 26 hours? So yeah, so that'll take longer. What I'm thinking I should do is just burn one 10 scroller, because if I do, it says here that they'll give me 4 right back, I'm pretty sure. So really it's like I only have to burn 6, and I'll be getting, what is it, 10 heroes. So maybe we'll give that a try today. We won't do it right away though, because I want to save some excitement for the end. That's my strategy and everything. So ladies, just give me time. Now, did anyone hear the big video game news? Today's the anniversary of when the NES first launched. Was it October the 18th? So I guess yesterday when you're watching it, tomorrow. But yeah, so that's pretty wild. Like, I was looking at that bundle. Did anyone is anyone old enough? Yeah, I guess some of the viewers are. That, do you remember the good old NES days when it first launched? Man, was that ever epic. I remember it was like only the most richest kids in my school could afford to get one. And I don't get it, man. This one family I knew, it's like they kind of lived in slums. But man, they got the deluxe set. I was like, how did they manage? I don't want to say anything, but maybe they were doing something under the table. I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe they were, maybe they were. Now I'm kind of... I was hoping to do that big vlogging project today, and didn't work out because it fucking poured rain the whole day. It was almost like it cleared up for a few minutes, but I'm like, man, I don't want to bring all my camera gear outside just for it to get drenched and have to re-buy it all. So yeah, sorry guys, the vlog didn't happen yet today. I'm hoping the fucking school's not torn down. I'm gonna try it tomorrow. It was funny, today I was thinking like, hey, I should be going to disc golf tomorrow. I'm like, wait a minute. A, I can't bike there, and B, I don't have any discs. Well, I've got shitty discs that are fucking flying like garbage. Unless I want to keep playing in games where amateur players are beating me, it's like, God, I'm not going to use those garbage discs. I refuse to play disc golf again until they sell the discs that I like. Or when it's back in stock. It's just not a fun game when I'm losing. And it's really frustrating. I just like yell and swear the whole course. Because normally I could just shoot normal and I should be slaughtering the course. But no, I can't. Because of stupid fucking lockdown. I don't know, for people that love the lockdown, sorry to always be bashing it. I know you guys have really good intentions. And you just gotta beware those good intentions, right? Fucking pave the road to hell. That's why I try to have as little good intentions as possible. I swear that's why. That's the one thing, if someone's being mean to you, at least they're being honest with you, right? Someone has good intentions, they might not actually have honesty in the biggest thing regard. Alright, so we got some purples, that's pretty sweet, right off the bat. Thanks, Clone Evolution. I love you. Now, if anyone's wondering what made the NES so special back then, my dad's friends illustrated it pretty good. Like what happened is after my parents got divorced, my dad ended up buying the NES, but he kept it at his place and didn't give it to us. So every time we went over to visit him, we got a chance to play it. And one time we were visiting and playing, his buddy Andy was over. I think Andy was like one of those guys that used to play the Atari or something. And so he was looking at the graphics between like Super Mario 1 and say like Pong on Atari. And he's like, holy shit, video game graphics are like photorealistic now. It's funny how people always say that when the next graphics come out. They're like, oh, this is photorealistic. It's like even even people are saying that about Mario 1. Yeah, so Mario 1 wasn't quite photorealistic, but it was still good, like way better than Pong. Well, the other thing that the NES just blew all the other systems out of the water at the time, well, except for I guess the Sega Master System, was the NES. If you bought one of the deluxe units, not with the robot, I think it was like the Super unit or something, but it came with a light gun for Duck Hunt. And to this day, that is still the best gun game that's ever launched for accuracy. So I don't get it. It's like, I know like we've switched from like tube TV to like LEDs and to OLEDs and all these different types of screens, and that's why they can't get guns to work. But for a while there, like even for Genesis and Super Nintendo, we were still playing on tube TVs, and the gun technology got worse. It was way less accurate, it wasn't fun at all to play. So I don't get it. Like if anyone works in video game technology and you can explain that, I just can't grasp it. Why was the NES gun the best? It's like it just got steadily worse and worse. Apparently there's a new Kickstarter company that managed to invent a new gun that works for what is it, LED TVs or OLEDs or whatever. But I'll believe it when I see it. Like, if it actually works as good as the NES gun, I'll be fucking mind blown. Now, I'm almost tempted to keep my tube TV that I got in storage, get an NES and that light gun, because fucking Duck Hunt was a fun game. Like, I actually enjoy playing that more than any first-person shooter on the market today. The only one that was better was that Battlefield 2 Modern Combat, and they took that off the market so no one can play it. So there is literally no better gun game than the NES. It's fucking hard to believe. Well, there actually was a tie at one point. It was the Sega Master System. They came out with the light gun, and it was called Safari Hunt, the game. And it was actually better than Duck Hunt. I'd say the gun technology was identical. You couldn't tell the difference between it for accuracy. But the only thing that was different for Safari Hunt, it was superior software. Like, Duck Hunt was just ducks that flew out and you had to shoot them. Where Safari Hunt sent out animals of all kinds. And they also had different levels. Where Duck Hunt was just the same level over and over again. The only thing that changed was, I think maybe the sky changed colors a few times. But the duck patterns would come out differently, but the level was still the same background. Like a tree and like a clear sky and a bit of swamp and like a dog that would come out and pretend like it caught the ducks that you shot or retrieved them. So I don't know, gamers, like if you guys haven't played a tube TV in Duck Hunt or Safari Hunt, I actually think it's worth it. Like, you'll be pleasantly surprised how good it is. I'm still surprised to this day we don't have anything better. It's fucking mind-blowing. I guess we're lucky. Our generation, we always bitch that all these kids are getting the best technology, but technically we actually had better technology in some regards. It's funny. See, back in my day, we used to buy drugs from gangs. Now we can just buy it from the government and grow it ourselves with 4 plants. Speaking of, I got some information about the whole Amazon deal, eh? Remember I was telling you guys that I got screwed over? I ordered the shrink wrap bags for my vacuum sealer so I could seal all the weed that I grew from the harvest season. I was pissed because it was like a month too late. Guess what happened? I fucking finally, I'm like, I can't wait any longer. It's been a month past the last expected day. So I messaged Amazon and I'm like, alright, check the Amazon order. I'm like, I just want to pick request refund. They got no fucking option for it. I'm like, what the fuck, right? Like, how come I can't request a refund on this order? So then I started going through and they had an option to talk to a customer support person, which I was like, weird. I've never seen that on Amazon before. Maybe it's been there the whole time and I just never had to use it. I don't know. So anyways, I started talking in the chat, found out from the person like, oh yeah, it was stolen off a truck like a month ago. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Was anyone going to tell me? And they're like, oh, don't worry. When it comes back in stock, we'll ship it to you. I'm like, come back in stock? It's been in stock the whole time. I look right now, there's 8 for sale on the fucking website. Like the Amazon page showing 8, you could still order more. So I was like, just give me my fucking refund. And then they gave me the refund. So I was like, thank God. Well, they haven't put the refund through yet. They said they're going to. But I left them one hell of a review. I'm like, guys, you fucking promised me a package in 2 to 3 days, and I paid the extra price for the shipping. Boom, the package didn't arrive for a fucking month, stolen off the truck. No one even bothered to fucking notify me. Sons of bitches. I know there's worse problems in the world. People got cancer, people are starving, but still, man, that pissed me fucking off. But I'll try to be happy. I don't want to be ranting, raving the whole episode. So guys, if you got any Amazon packages that are like way late, I don't even think they're going to bother telling you if it was fucking stolen off the truck. I was surprised. I thought they would notify you. Be like, oh, sorry, sir, your package was stolen off the truck. Can you imagine the guy who stole it off the truck? He stole a huge box out of a fucking Amazon truck. And then when he got home and opened it, it was full of plastic bags. So I guess last laugh kind of on him. Unless it was the driver and he knew it and he needed vacuum seal bags. I don't know, but... To each their own. I know a lot of people are going through hard economic times. And if people got to steal to feed their family, I guess so be it. But holy fuck, man. Still, I can't believe I waited a month past the shipping date because I assumed Amazon was going to come through. And this was like an Amazon warehouse thing. So I'm like, Jesus, guys. It's like, Or maybe, no, they said it was supported by Amazon and another company, something like that. But it wasn't like just some random person selling on Amazon. This was like a big company, and they just totally fucked me over. And really, like losing my harvest, that was thousands of dollars down the drain because they fucking failed to deliver the package. So that's what I put in my review. I was like, I lost a harvest of thousands of dollars waiting for a package that was stolen off a truck, and no one bothered to even notify me what had happened. And they wouldn't even give me a refund until I talked to customer support about it. I was like, what the fuck? It's like, guys, if you weren't even going to ship the package, you just fucking took my money and then did nothing. Sons of bitches. Oh, well, God bless everyone at Amazon. I guess people make mistakes and I shouldn't be bitching so much. And think of it, like, man, I'm allowed to grow 4 plants, so I should be very fucking grateful for that. Other than having to wait till the fucking second to smoke anyway. No, but man, I can hardly wait till that new device arrives. It looks like a big bowl. It's got these things that spin around, and it rolls the weed over a grate, and the grate has all these blades that cut anything off that goes through the grate. So any leaf that sticks through, they slices it right off. So I was like really happy about that. Some people said it's a little bit hard on the nugs, and then some of the reviews said it was easy on the nugs. So we'll have to give it a try, and hey, if it saves me 80 hours of work in a fucking week for $200, that's well fucking worth it. Not to mention, I could tell my friends are always upset when I give them weed and the trimming sucks. Like, everyone wants their weed trimmed perfectly, and it looks like trash if you don't trim it good. So if I can speed up this and everyone's happy with my weed. So I don't even sell weed, I'm just giving it away as gifts, and people still don't want it because it's fucking trimmed so shitty. Like, basically, I spent 80 hours a week trimming it. I could barely get like maybe 20% of the leaf off. So if this machine can get like 98% of it off in a few minutes just turning a lever, I'll be like, holy woohoo! So I don't know, I'm thinking about maybe getting some new seeds from the government and starting a new batch already. So I got the LEDs to grow indoors, but I don't know. I haven't had the greatest luck indoors because where I live, I'm on a sand dune, and we're always spraying pesticides in our house to try to kill ants or flies or all this shit. So when I started growing weed inside, the fucking insects went right for my plants. They nearly killed this whole harvest right within the first few weeks. I had the pucks where the seeds had started growing. I was like, man, the seeds were going great up until like the 3rd day. So I'm like, they grew like a little bit. I'm like, what's wrong with them? So I flip them upside down. They were just infested in fucking mites. I was like, oh my god, even seedlings they went after. Fucking bastard insects. So I'm trying to decide, maybe I should just like permethrin the shit out of a fucking grow room and then try growing again. So if any insects come in there, they'll be fucking dead. Now, I don't hate all insects. I try not to hate on anything, no matter how big or small. It was weird, you know, I've released 4 crickets this week, and the same thing keeps happening. It's like I'll hear the cricket, or no, these times I didn't even hear the cricket. All of a sudden I just seen something move out of the corner of my eye, and I look, and it's like, you know how a dog comes up to you and it's like, sits at your feet and like wants to go outside, and it's like nodding its head or wagging its tail or something, wants to go outside? That's what keeps happening with the crickets. I'll be like sitting at my computer desk, looking at the screen, and I'll see something move out of the corner of my eye, and there's a cricket like sitting where a dog would be, just looking up at me. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, what is this cricket doing here again? So I help him into the jar, carry him outside, release him. And then the next day, there's another cricket doing the exact same thing, sitting next to my chair looking at me, asking to go outside. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I should have never befriended the crickets. But at least they're not bugging me with noise anymore. It's like they don't squeak and squeak and squeak. They're just like, hey, this guy's going to let us out if we just go and sit next to him. I guess, or like I was wondering, like before, every time I would try to catch a cricket, it would jump away, right? But no, these crickets come right up to me and sit next to me, looking at me. And I could go right up to them and just like tap them into a jar and they don't even jump away. I was like, what the hell? Why aren't you scared that I'm going to crush you? Maybe they can tell that I'm trying to do more good deeds these days. But I try to warn him. It's like, guys, I have good intentions. You better watch me. I think what happened last time was I almost stepped on him when I released him by accident. Because I released him and then someone called me and I was like, oh, walk over. I'm like, oh yeah, the cricket. So hopefully I didn't step on him. Yeah, I felt bad for my brother's cat. I was like giving him a treat or something. And then I gave him the treat, and then my bad memory, it was like 10 seconds later, I forgot he was standing next to me, and I stepped on his tail. He's like, ah! I'm like, sorry, cat. And he looks at me all puzzled. He's like, didn't you just give me a treat? It's like, how did you forget so soon? It's like, oh, sorry, animals and insects. I'm doing the best I can. Oh. Yeah, I'm trying not to get too upset about the political stuff. And with some good things I actually noticed about the political stuff today. So not to always be ragging on it negative. There's got to be a positive side. So you remember how I bought that really fancy greenhouse? Well, expensive greenhouse. I don't know how fancy it is, but... and the bitch to fucking put it together. But anyways, it turns out that all the restaurants are getting those lockdown stipulations and no one wants to eat inside. So now there's like a boom of everyone buying those greenhouses because they're setting them up in front of their restaurants. So people can like sit in those and eat. So they don't have to be freezing fucking cold outside. But the only thing I didn't gather is they said they were heating them with propane heaters. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do that, right? Like propane fumes are dangerous to use indoors. And these greenhouses are like airtight, so... unless they have the vent open on them or something, but I don't know, it still seems a little dangerous to me. But well, whatever. So I was thinking if I ever did like have to resell my greenhouse, the fucking price on them skyrocketed since I bought it. So I should be happy about that. Don't always be bitching and look for the negative sides of things, but... there is some good happening. You just gotta try harder, it seems, these days to notice it. Man, I'm so nervous to go do the vlog tomorrow. I shouldn't say nervous, I got a lot of anticipation. It's like years of progress I've been trying to get to do these videos. And I gotta make sure I don't get my hopes up so high right away. Like, I'm probably gonna fail at it for a good 3 to 6 months, sort of like this show. And eventually I'm hoping I can refine it to get it a little better. I know the editing's going to be a fucking nightmare, I can just imagine. I'm going to have to try to do it all in one take the best I can. Well, I guess it won't all be one take, because I'm still going to have to add scenes from different cameras, but hopefully I won't have to splice a whole bunch of shit together. Hopefully I don't run into resolution problems. Like, I still can't believe with this I'm recording in 1080 and every time I check it says 720 on YouTube. So I don't get it. Why is it never acknowledging the 1080? And it grains it down too. So I'm thinking maybe it's because my file format is so long that they lower it to 720. Maybe that's why. Could be nothing on my end. Because my recording, I checked the file format, it's 1080, clear as can be. Fucking upload it to YouTube and it keeps putting it in 720. I think the only advantage to that I've noticed is I got really bad crow's feet from getting older and smiling and laughing and working outside in the sun. And it's funny, it's like, I noticed on 720 it doesn't look so bad. So I'm like, whew, I guess there's one advantage there. No, I'm very envious now when I see anyone who's older than me and doesn't have wrinkles and crow's feet. And I'm like, dear God, you're so lucky. And it's really karma that came around, because I used to make fun of girls that age super fast by putting makeup on all the time. And then it was like, man, same thing happened to me working outside all the time. So, yeah, goes to show, never be fucking making fun of other people. 9 times out of 10 it comes back to bite you, right? You know, my dad was giving me advice on different plastic surgeries that he's tried, and I'm like, come on, Dad. It's like, as vain as I am, I'm not going in for plastic surgery. Unless there's a babe that requires it. There's a babe out there who's like, oh, you need plastic surgery and we can hook up. I'll be like, Nah, I'll try to stay away from babes like that. It's not worth it to end up like fucking looking like one of those mannequins. Yeah, really wrinkles and aging is something to be proud of in a way. How many of my friends never even lived to see 30, so I should try to be proud of aging, not be ashamed of it. Like, I bet you any one of those friends that died early, they would trade wrinkles to fucking be alive, right? Jesus. Yeah, it's one thing when you hang out with a lot of gangs and partying when you're younger, it's like, watch how fast your friends die compared to people that had more reasonable friends that were kind of lame and square, but they live longer. Maybe not in all cases, but yeah, if you're fucking hooked on heroin and shit, you're probably gonna die quicker. And there's always the Keith Richards exceptions, right? He's fucking hooked on heroin, lives like a king. Alright, this is pretty good. Last time I was having trouble even beating it, so maybe I jinxed it good there. Team's gonna get slaughtered here. We're against Omnioji and that other chick, so I don't even know what they do. Let's watch and see. No, my roommate said she's gonna try and buy the fucking vacuum seal bags for me. I don't know, the problem she said is when she went to the food aisles, they didn't have any. I was like, well, it's probably because it's fucking harvest season and everyone bought them. I'm sure they sell them, they just didn't have them on the shelves, maybe. So I'll have to keep looking. I really don't trust Amazon as much as I used to, but we'll see what they do. If they just give me the refund, it's almost like I still lost thousands of dollars. So I'll be like, man, you guys should be giving me the refund and like a little bonus, maybe a gift card or something. Like, that was fucking horse shit. And oh yeah, victory. Woohoo! I think we're getting close to, what is it, 2 purples. Let's see. Oh yeah, almost at 2. So once that reaches 3, I'll be doing her up. Well yeah, the other thing I noticed, I got 49 of this guy. So as soon as I get one more fragment of him, we'll be all set. Oh, that was the other thing. I forgot to place a bet yesterday. Fuck. But I guess not the end of the world. Who knows? Maybe I would have placed the bet and lost. Oh, that said Gizmo won. Son of a whore. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That's what Mike Tyson's been talking about in his interviews. I didn't even know that. Both of Mike Tyson's parents were sex workers. I think his mom was either like a prostitute or a stripper, and his dad was like a pimp. And obviously their marriage didn't last out, or I don't even know if they were married. But go figure, eh? It's like, that's the thing, no pain, no gain. You come from like a really hard background like that. It was the fucking fuel to his fire to succeed. Yeah, so not to bash everyone who dislikes my videos, I appreciate that too. Sometimes I need a good kick in the ass. Not a kick in the balls, just want to specify. I think I was saying that too much last episode. I'm like, Jesus, what am I asking for? I do not want a kick in the balls. I know like some people are into that, not me. Alright, let's see what we got. Ooh. Ooh. Second. How much did Stella beat me by? Quite a bit, almost double. Congratulations, Stella. I don't know if she's a babe in real life too, but congratulations. Alright, so we got some more purples. You know what that means? We need 47, is it? 47 to go? Now I'm a little bit sore. I don't know what it is. I think I know what it is. I stayed up all night last night. That's probably why. Barely got any sleep. Slept for like 2-3 hours the first night. And then when I took a nap during the day, or first sleep, and then took a nap during the day, it didn't work out so good. I woke up a little bit more tired than when I went to sleep. It's funny, I look at that team and I think, man, I could slaughter that team. There's no one in there that I have trouble beating. Other than maybe Kim? Let's give a harder battle a chance, just for the fun of it. It says they're supposed to slaughter me. I wonder how. Let's check it out. That'll wake me up. Now, if anyone's wondering, the shirt I'm wearing, it's the Transformer symbol, modified by a guy named Sean Hatton. He used to do the Electric Playground show. Reviews on the Run, I think, was his specialty. And he has a band called the Cybertronic Spree. Highly recommend checking it out. I know, I think he has an Indian background somewhere in his family, and he's kind of down in the dumps sometimes about some of the racism in Canada, I guess. So maybe you could help him out. Not for that reason, but he's a super nice guy, and I feel bad if that's really what he has to go through. The only thing I wonder about racism these days in Canada is how many people are just mean to people in general, and they'll just grasp at straws to come up with an excuse of why they're mean to them. So say if there was like someone you didn't like and you're like, hey, you're fat, because you see that they're fat, but really you don't even care if they're fat or not, you're just looking for something to insult them over. I find it so hard to believe that people that would live in like a multicultural country would be racist. It's like, why wouldn't you just move to like maybe say far up north where there is no other races? I don't know if people have noticed in Canada, but farther north you go, it splits. So it's like you have communities of all French people, communities of all like white European people, and then communities of First Nations people, and they're all separate. So it's like if you didn't want to live with other people, you would have that option. And it's cheaper to live there. Like lower cost of living. The only thing is it's harder to find work, but mostly everyone in Canada is on welfare now. The government canceled everyone's jobs. I think they gave almost out $1 trillion in fucking welfare this year, or CERB, or whatever they're calling it. The pandemic fucking lockdown aid is what they should call it. There's nothing really to do about a pandemic. Everyone could have just kept working. Fucking stupid government. But yeah, can you imagine a country like Canada running $1 trillion in debt in just 1 year? That's pretty fucking scary, right? Like, that's like our previous debt times like 100, and the past 150 years, we never accumulated that much debt. So I don't want to get too down in the dumps about it. We definitely got to work out, or work cut out for us to fucking do a recovery. Did I win that? I think I did, eh? I was getting so into the economics. Yeah, so everyone who's down in the dumps about losing all their money and shit, don't worry. I'm pretty sure, like, even at the games night we were talking with my buddies, a lot of them are, like, down in the dumps about how everything's going into shitter, heroin addicts everywhere, everyone in debt. But, you know, I think things are going to turn around. Like, usually when you get a really bad low, it rebounds with a decent good. So, just hang in there, guys. I think we can make it. Fucking game crashed, you son of a... I'm just kidding. No, I am pissed, but not that pissed for real. Alright, we're back. No, what happened? The game crashed, rebooted. It didn't take that long to reboot. But let's see what's happened with the guild. Like, I think, did they give me the win in that situation or what? Yeah, they gave me the second win. That's not too bad. But I would have really liked to see the battle. Let's hope it works this time. Alright, so after we do this battle, I think we'll get the quick message from the sponsor. And then after that, we'll do the 10 scrolls. See if they give me a Darius, eh? It's possible. I remember that last time they had some big event where you could win the Bison hero if you got him doing the red scrolls or whatever. And I did the brown scrolls and they gave them to me. And it didn't count for the mission. So I was like, well, I was fucked. I got the person I needed, but it didn't count. Come on, let's get some healing. Come on, healer, wake up. Oh, come on. There we go. There's the healing I was looking for. And their healers are stunned. That's a good sign. One more person wiped out. See, despite my power level being low, I can beat teams that are almost like 3 million, eh? It's not too bad. Just kind of surprised. Shouldn't jinx it. This battle isn't over yet. If I had to guess, this one's in the bag though. With 2 of their heroes gone already and none of mine are even damaged. See what I mean though? If I would have had Budokai in this team, she would hit them and then their team would just heal. So unless she can kill people in one hit, it's not really worth being on my team unless they can stun. Because if they're stunning, that's great because it's stalling for Samson to have more time to wipe them out in one hit. Alright, so now the healer's gone. Alex will probably take the longest to finish. Can't finish quick with him. That'd be nasty. I heard that's what the ancient Greeks were into. Or was that the Romans? To each their own. Alright, there goes the Kim guy. Was it weird how American media was reporting that Kim was like in a coma for like years or something? And then didn't he just do like a public speech or whatever? I was like, what happened to him being in a coma, CNN? So I almost think like everything I see on the news these days is the exact opposite. It's kind of funny. If they say someone's in a coma, he's probably in the best health he's ever been. Unless maybe it was a holographic double or something. I don't know, I used to always hear so many bad things about North Korea. Saying that all the people are starving to death and it's like a hellhole where they're like whipping people in the streets. And then who is it, a bunch of Canadian, well, before YouTubers came out, they were like Canadian travel people that had like a show on, what is it, just some travel network or something. So anyways, they managed to get a tour of North Korea, like they applied to get in. And then they allowed them to come in, and they, well, I guess the only thing that the skeptics would say is that the Koreans escorted them around everywhere with armed security and made sure they didn't film anything that was like sensitive. So maybe there were some people starving that they didn't film or whatever. But man, North Korea looked like a fucking paradise. I couldn't believe it, especially compared to Canada right now. Like you didn't see fucking heroin addicts everywhere, fucking needles sticking out of all the parks. See fucking kids running around having fun, living in a nice clean place. It's like, yeah, it's like I start to wonder. Like I'm sure North Korea's got its issues, but what country doesn't, right? And they got a lot of good shit going for them. And all the people are Korean. They haven't lost all their land to mass migrations. Fucking lucky bastards. That's probably why our media is bashing on them so much. Anyone who doesn't give all their land away, then the globalists try to call them evil. It's like, what? You want to live with your own people? You're evil! Evil! It's like, you want to be able to read your own street signs? What the hell is wrong with you? Not that I'm against mass migration replacing my culture. It's actually, I've noticed quite a few upsides to it. Watching that cricket game and all the good food and wide variety of babes from all over the world. It's definitely not all bad. And who knows, maybe they can help us pay off this huge debt we're building. Soon they'll be like, oh god, what kind of country did we move to? We're gonna have like 99% income tax soon. They'll give us nothing in exchange. Oh well. That's the one thing, like living off your life savings, you don't really have to worry too much about income tax. So my income is almost non-existent. Not a whole lot they can tax me on. Now, I shouldn't say that. Once my uncle is like either recovers his health or God forbid passes, and I'll be able to start working full time again. And getting this extra time off to help my concussion recovery is probably exactly what I needed. Because I noticed at the 2-year mark, I started going back to work because I'm like, holy fuck, man, I can't stay off work any longer. Government cut me off from aid long time ago and didn't even cover my medical expenses from the fucking accident. So I'm like, Jesus, I gotta start getting back to work. And I noticed it was starting to make my symptoms worse again, but I'm like, shit, I gotta be able to tough through this. It's fucking 2 years later. But now that it's like almost, I guess it'll be 3 years in August, so yeah, 2.5 years or whatever it is. This extra break time looking after my uncle, it's perfect, because my uncle also has dementia so bad that he hates loud noises. So even if I'm too loud, he'll be like, shh, shh. So I'm like, okay, this is actually the perfect work environment for me to help recover better. Yeah, so it's like the Chinese farmer story. Sorry I bring that up every time, but it's like the fucking story of my life, right? I see disasters occurring all the time, like, oh god, hopefully something good's coming out of it somehow. Now I think next year I'm going to volunteer at my community garden center if I still have to look after my uncle. So that way I can just go in for work for like an hour or two and not have them bitch and say, hey, your shifts are way too short. And then I'll get some fresh groceries out of it. I started blending food, like fruit into a blender. Oh god. I hadn't had like fruit smoothies except for like malls or something. I was like, man, these are pretty good. I wish I could get them at home. And now that I started trying to make them at home, I'm like, man, it's actually not even that hard to make these. I hope I didn't break the blender though. Fuck, I jammed too much into it. I was like, man, I fucking put so much, like right to the top. I didn't put enough liquid. I should have had more liquid. And I could smell motor burning by the time I was done using it. I was like, oh, that's not a good smell. I think I just fried my fucking blender. But it still works, so hopefully maybe it was just getting warmed up. Oh yeah, I promised to do that scroll thing. Totally forgot, guys. Sorry. I'll do it after this match if I can remember. Which I probably won't. Let's skip it and get it done quick. Finishing quick is my specialty. Shirt links below. Today's Clone Evolution adventures were brought to you by Crack. Crack, it'll fuck you up. Woo! Alright, we are back, everyone. Let's go and burn some scrolls, eh? Let's see what kind of action I can get. No, luckily I didn't get too sore and I managed to finish my workout routine, so as much as I'm sore, I'm still happy that I got her done. Alright, let's do 10. Come on, at least one purple. Yes, kind of. I really don't need Lady Lightholder. I already have her in gold and didn't use her for anything. So that was pretty shitty. But at least they gave me one purple. Can't really bitch all the time. Well, can I? Alright, so I get 4 of my scrolls back. Tempting. Only need 15 more points and I could get 30 bullets and 2 red scrolls. Maybe we'll try that tomorrow. I don't want to get carried away burning scrolls though, because I really want to save up to do some damage next time it comes back. And we're at 94 hours, so once this 94 hours is up, that'll be sweet. Because then we can actually get some, hopefully some new action. Yeah, I still can't believe I forgot to bet on Gizmo. What an idiot. Oh well. Win some, lose some. Now, I was so tired when I came back yesterday. Burnt a lot of energy jogging. I think I jogged for like a good half hour yesterday, so that was pretty good cardio. I was surprised it wasn't as good a cardio as biking. I think on biking I can push myself harder and faster because I often get like a whole bunch of babes around watching me. Like when I bike somewhere, I pass a whole bunch of people, so I'm always like, I've got that peer pressure of not wanting to slow down. I don't know, babes always push me to new heights. That's why I always think the cheerleader thing is like so important for sports. And that's why I kind of wonder if I ever did actually have a wife in my life. As shitty as it would be in some regards, maybe I could accomplish more. Depending how good of a motivator she is. No, I think the longer I do the YouTubing, I probably am going to keep meeting more and more women. I noticed that ever since I started YouTubing. It's like, man, the amount of babes I talk to in a day has like tripled. From 0 to 3. Now, I noticed a lot of the other women in my life before I became a YouTuber, always I got the impression they were just being nice to like take advantage of me. But now it seems like the women that are being nice to me are being nice because maybe they generally like my work or like my personality rather than just trying to take advantage of me. So one thing you gotta be careful, guys. If you're ever too nice in life, just wait and see how many people you get lined up to take advantage of you. Sad but true. Life is full of that. And the good die young, so really, even if you're not having the greatest luck being the nicest person in life, you might be surprised how it works out in the end. Could be for the best. Not that I'm trying to encourage people to be mean. Yeah, just don't let people walk all over you, sort of thing, right? Doesn't help anyone. Claim, claim! Alright, so I got the guild instances, complete ordinary. Let's do the... ah, fuck. The dungeon's just been slaughtering me. The only way I stand a chance is if we can manage to stun them. It's good though, because at least it's gold things, so... It hasn't actually given me any yet, but it says that it could. Yeah. Alright, come on, wake up. No, that lack of sleep from yesterday is still lingering a bit, but at least not near as bad as it was that one episode. Dear God, I felt like I fell asleep like 3 or 4 times while I was recording. Is the show still going? Yeah, I wish we could stun the main guy. Like, if he was stunned, I could win this. But he must have really good stun resistance, because it's like the stun never lands on him. And he has, like, really good aim. I noticed that when he shoots at me, he never misses. Where most of my guys are, like, so full of dodge, they dodge at least half the attacks. So, man, that's really fucking annoying. But if I get some gold shit out of it, that'll be good. Alright, so it says the last thing I got is just the guild instances. You notice how since I got the other people helping the team, I haven't once got the reward for this. I really suck at collecting rewards in this. It's like everyone else is getting them every time. I gotta develop a team that's able to fucking stun people enough. Ugh. Yeah, maybe blending this food is actually, or fruit, is helping with my digestion, because I wasn't getting much vitamin C in my diet. And now that I get like loads of vitamin C, we'll see if it makes a difference. Because I almost never usually ate any fruit, and very few vegetables, and almost all meat, so I was really noticing being low on vitamin C. Now I kind of wish some days I could just live off bacon. I had an old buddy of mine that tried to do that as soon as he got his own place for the first time. He's like, oh, my parents were lying to me my whole life. I don't actually have to eat anything but pork. I'm like, no man, I'm pretty sure you're gonna get scurvy. He's like, no, he can live off pork. So he tried living off pork for I don't know how many months, and then he got scurvy really bad. But luckily, once he started eating limes and oranges, he cured the scurvy pretty quick. So anyone who's dealing with scurvy, not for offer medical advice, but you may want to try some oranges, lemons, some sort of fruit that has vitamin C in it, or else your gums will start bleeding, teeth falling out. As great as pork is, I don't know if it's worth it. Maybe. Now it's so weird too. I got so many of my friends that are also dying from becoming strict vegans, where they refuse to eat any animal products and they get super sick. Like I'm talking 20-year-olds on their deathbed sick. Or like people, like women in my life that have fucking lost all their hair, trying to figure out why they're going bald. It's like, you do realize animal products is what's rejuvenating your hair. But they totally bought into the new age propaganda that they can fucking plow back avocados or something and get what they need. Poor fucking California water table. They're drinking almond milk to try to get B12. And it's like, you do realize almonds all come from California. You know those fucking fires that are devastating the fucking state? It's because the almond farms are using all the water, because fucking new age people have convinced them to stop drinking milk and get all their fucking milk from almonds. Too bad almonds didn't grow in the fucking Arctic, then we would have been fine. Yeah, it's that good old path, good intentions going right to hell, right? Fiery fucking burning hell in this case. Fucking inferno. Now, to be fair, California's always had fire, so maybe they're just getting slightly worse because of the almonds. It was so funny too, I was debating some of the vegans about that, and they're like, hey, like, these fires have always been occurring, there's nothing new. No scientific data supports this idea that almond farms are fucking destroying the water table. And then I brought up an article from like the year before the fucking major fire. And it says, dear God, the water table is depleting faster than ever, and it's all going to the almond farms. They're like, it even said in the article, I think it was from the government, like official government site, they're like, unless we find a new way to water these almonds, California is going to be devastated by fires. And then what do you know, next year it fucking burned to the ground. I wonder if it was the almond farms that burned down. Probably not, right? They had all the water. Yeah, that's when you get caught up too much in your own dogma, right? Like, you'll believe anything, you'll look for articles to prove your agenda. I do it all the time with my gravity well research, and I have to try not to do it. Although it was funny, today they were showing how the ice is shifting, like how parts of the North Pole ice have melted and other parts it's gotten thicker off to the east. And like, that's exactly what my fucking Ice Age map shows. All the ice that's in the North Pole is supposed to melt, and then the fucking giant ice sheet is supposed to start forming around the fucking eastern part. And I think everyone in China is lucky that fucking temperature is supposed to get like fucking even hotter there. Unless they don't want it to be hotter, but man, I would take hotter any day. Fucking winter 10 months of the year. You gotta hand it to Canadian media. They managed to convince the people that live in a fucking country with winter 10 months a year that they want to pay a tax, double on everything they pay, to make it fucking colder. Right, so it looks like the game crashed, and I got about 5 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll bring up the Bitcoin. Now isn't it funny? Remember I was complaining about how fucking Windows, I finally fixed the problem with the fucking prick. No, they asked for the fucking username, but what they wanted was your email address. So that's why I couldn't get anything to work the whole time. Why the hell is the fucking camera so blurry? Because the background's white? Maybe I'm too white and it's getting hard to figure out which is which. Damn, I'm too white. Alright, so anyways, we got 36,544 Satoshi. Let's give it a roll. Boom. 36,561 Satoshi. Woohoo! Right, that's pretty sweet. Let's go over how many referrals do I got, guys. We're still up at 42. That's really awesome. I can't even believe that 1 or 2 people are helping the show. But 42 people doing daily spins? You guys are the best. Can't believe it. I got the best viewers ever. I'm scared what's going to happen when the viewers keep getting bigger and bigger and then I get so many people helping me. Jeez, I'll be up in my mom's basement in no time. Getting paranoid. I'll have to start doing my own dishes again. Now, to be fair, I do the dishes occasionally. Once I fucking like a monster pile and I'm getting sick of having to wash my own each time. Alright, anyways. You know, when I had my own apartment, what was the solution I found to not having to do dishes? I would go to Walmart on like the week after Christmas when they're trying to unload all the like the Christmas themed plates for like 90% off. So I'd buy a whole year's worth of plates out of paper plates for like $1 or $2. And then I just had a giant stack of paper plates in my apartment. So it's like every time I made a meal, I would just make it on a paper plate and throw it out. I had no fucking dishes the whole year. Well, the only thing I would have is like silverware. And then I would also drink straight out of the containers of juice. Like you've noticed that habit, I still do it. So this way I never have glasses to wash. So I literally create no plates dishes, no glasses dishes. The only thing when it came time to do dishes in my apartment was silverware. And it's like silverware, I can finish that quick. That's my specialty. So if any ladies are looking for a good man that's good at experience at washing silverware, I'm your man. No, and then pans and pots when I cook. I was usually just ordering pizza every day for 9 years. So I also became allergic to pizza, but it was good while it lasted. Alright, should I do a spin? I can't even stand betting these days anymore. I really don't like betting, especially on the casino type games. Just because I've been losing so much, so it's hard to do it. They have to give me some wins to tempt me. Let's see what else they got. You can bet on oil, the presidential election. Oh, that's kind of tempting, eh? So what are the odds on who's winning? I don't understand this. Does anyone else understand? Is Bernie Sanders really in it? So which is paying out more here? Does anyone understand? I don't know how much I'm going to bet. Maybe I'll just bet 1,000 for the fun of it so I can say that I'm betting on the election. Do I really want to bet on Trump? It's like the one thing, I liked Trump when he was the underdog, but now that he's like the heavy favorite, well, according to the media or whatever, when you talk to people, it almost makes you want to cheer for the underdog and bet for Biden. So I don't get it, like, where's the odds? Like, they'll pay me 1.5 if I bet for Biden and 2.3? Does that mean like they pay me double of my bet? I don't understand this. If anyone understands betting, maybe you can let me know in the chat below and help me decide, like, who would you bet on? Donald Trump or Joe Biden? Oh yeah, so the outcome odds. If Bernie Sanders won, they would pay you 22.92 to your bet. So that makes sense. So like, holy shit, Trump is considered, Joe Biden's the favorite? Is that what it's saying? How could that be? It's like I've never even met someone who's going to vote for Joe Biden. Everyone's voting Trump that I've heard so far. Even on like Facebook, media, friends. I've yet to meet someone who likes Biden or even heard of someone. Well, other than those fake celebrities. It's like when a celebrity tells you something, it's like, dear God, it's their job to lie to you. So it's like, you're really going to take what they're telling you seriously? It's like that's the whole thing of being an actor, pretending and lying, right? So really, if I bet 1,000 and Trump wins, I get 2,000 back, or 2,380? Is that how it works? Yeah, because if Bernie Sanders won, then I get 2,000. So fucking shit, eh? Like, Biden is the favorite. It's weird, too, because I'm actually kind of hoping for Biden to win. As much as, like, Trump, I liked some of his policies, man, the way he fell through, didn't fucking put Clinton in jail, didn't stop illegal migration, fucking tanked the economy worse than any president has ever before. Like, almost a record high unemployment rate with this fucking lockdown. And he started the lockdown. He's trying to blame it on other people. I'm like, you're the fucking president. If you're going to blame the lockdown on anyone, it's you. It's your fault. It's no one else's. Are you going to blame Biden for the lockdown? Fucking moron. Yeah, but like, yeah, his moon mission. It's the only thing I like. If he won, I'd be like, all right, at least we can have the moon mission. I don't know what's going to happen with Biden. If he got in, I'm pretty sure the moon mission's canceled. See, I bet you Biden will win. If the aliens are trying to stop anyone, they'd probably be trying to stop Trump because he's the one exposing their fucking moon bases. Right, so yeah, I'll take some viewer advice. Who do you think I should bet on? Not that who you want to win, but who do you think will win if I place a bet? I can't believe fucking Trump isn't favored to win. That's ridiculous. Especially the meetings. Like you see the meetings where Biden goes and like meets his supporters. There's like 8 people. Trump goes, there's hundreds of thousands of people show up. It's like, how the hell does that put Joe Biden as the favorite? But I don't know if... So that's a weird thing. I was kind of hoping Joe Biden would be the underdog and that I could bet for him. But how can I bet on the underdog and vote Joe Biden if Trump's the underdog? This is weird. Very strange indeed. Alright, so thanks for watching, everyone. Really appreciate the patrons, everyone who's helping with that. Society 6, that's a pretty cool way to help me out too. You can buy the merch. I keep promising the new merch. I think I'm going to promise that I'll get it done before Sober October's over. So I'll get at least 1 or 2 new designs ready. Swagbucks is... oh yeah, and I was going to do a contest. If anyone wants to help design some merch for me, and you win the contest, it'll be up on the store, your design. I know it's not much of a prize because it's nothing really monetary that you could get, but hey, then you could say you won a contest and that's... you got at least some kind of reward. Right, and GameKit's the way you can get paid to be a gamer. I'm going to do a whole episode on that too, but that one's probably going to have to wait till winter because I got the vlogging shit coming up and I really can't put too much on my plate realistically. Hideout TV, I haven't tried the Fire Stick shit yet, but I'm going to try it as soon as I get my Shield working on the network again. Unfortunately, that's not happening these days and trying to figure out a way to fix it. If anyone knows how to get your NVIDIA Shield back on the network and you can help me, that'd be great. I had it all set up for Windows 10, worked for over a year. Then all of a sudden the new update came and I can't log on into the network anymore. It detects it, but it puts it under other devices. So I can't access any of the files on it or anything. So I don't know if it was the update on the Shields part or maybe an update on Windows 10, but one of the updates fucked it. Or it could just be me. Probably me, let's be real. Alright. And then Bitcoin, yeah, we did the free spin for that. Virtual Maid Sex Machines, the sex machine for adults and men only. But if ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. Especially if you're visiting Toronto soon. Just kidding. Am I? Alright, so let's get out of here before I creep anyone else even worse. Right, if you happen to get some of that purple mustache guy's puzzle pieces in your vaporizer and he tastes like shit, especially his mustache hair, that'd be nasty. And give the show a dislike. Doesn't happen, you can help with a like, really appreciate it. And just make sure you never buy the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now, everyone. See you later. More than meets the eye. Transformer. Alright, here's 3 things. See you tomorrow. God willing.